the Vice President and Jill Biden and their family, they are walking towards the reviewing stand through the north lawn of the White House from the north portico. You see the west wing of the White House right behind them. They're going in. Once they're seated, the President and the First Lady, Sasha and Malia, they will come in. Let's listen in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of the United States and Dr. Jill Biden.
So there you see the Vice President and his family. They are being seated in the front row, literally right behind us in the reviewing stand. And you know when the Vice President and the Vice President's family, they are seated, you know who's not far behind? Kate Baldwin, the President and the First Lady.
Here he comes right now.
They're walking out of the north portico of the White House, walking down the south lawn. You see the driveway over there. They're going to be going in. You see the daughters, Sasha and Malia, as well. They're going in. Let's just watch and listen as the President moves towards the reviewing stand.
It was great. How about the weather? Can't be beat. Sound like you're having too much fun. Thanks for your service, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States and Mrs. Michelle Obama.
All right, so there they are, Sasha and Malia, the First Lady, the President. They're in the front row, as they should be, and they are going to watch this parade and enjoy it. The President, meanwhile, taking an opportunity to greet his guests. These are the VIPs and the VIPs who've been invited inside this secure, closed area for this special moment. The President clearly, Kate, savoring this. This is a special time for him. I think he's going to find out the next 4 years will go very quickly. He's going to want to take advantage of every day, every hour.
He definitely does seem like he is trying to savor every moment of this day. We were getting some information about who all is joining, and the Vice President and the President sharing a private moment. You always want to know what Joe Biden's saying in those private moments, but we were getting some information about who is joining the Obamas and the Bidens in the reviewing stand. We're told that they're joined by congressional leaders, Supreme Court justices, governors, the Joint Chiefs, White House staff, as well as area elementary school students and some of the Tuskegee Airmen and their families that are all going to be joining the Obamas and the Bidens in the reviewing stand this afternoon.
The Tuskegee Airmen were the first African-American aviators who fought for the United States in World War II, and they are being honored as they should be. They should be honored all the time, but especially on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day here.
You will be very excited to know that there is also a Tuskegee Airmen float that we will be seeing today.
Jeffrey, you know anything about that Tuskegee Airmen float?
I don't know anything about I know something about the Tuskegee Airmen, but not the float. You know, they not only fought heroically, but they were given inferior equipment.
Yep.
They were discriminated against. World War II, the military was still segregated. It took Harry Truman to integrate the armed forces. But they fought heroically, mostly in Europe, and several of them are still alive.
Yes, they are. And even as we watch what's going on, you see the president right now. I think he wants this to get going. You see the vice president.
I'm sure he does.
What does the vice president have in his hand? Is that a little program, or what is that?
Maybe it is a little program. Maybe they're on their seats for them. I wouldn't be surprised. They probably themselves want to know who's coming up and who's next. And I'm sure they also want to know which float they get to see next.
And I see they did not change their outfits. The president has taken off his coat.
Heated, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because
Yes, the glass part is heated.
It must be heated because they all seem more comfortable in here. Actually, it really, when the sun came out, it
was
got very
beautiful.
comfortable here.
Yeah, they're in a closed area right now, so they can take off their overcoats and relax and enjoy and have a good time and appreciate this moment. This is a moment that all of us are appreciating as well.
Yet another reason it's good to be the president. You get the heated area.
There are many a reason.
All right, let's as we see what's going on. Who's that? Somebody's coming in. Just hug the daughters. I don't know who that is, but we'll find out soon enough. Let's take a quick break. We'll find out on the other side. As we await the start of this parade in front of the reviewing stand, our special coverage will resume in the Situation Room right after this. All right, the good news, they are moving now, the parade. They are moving along, the marching bands, the floats. They are moving along Pennsylvania Avenue, Kate, and they'll be approaching the reviewing stand where the president and the vice president and their families, they are now seated in the front row. There he is, the president right there, took off his overcoat. They're in a heated area, a secluded, closed area. There you see the First Lady.
I'm even seeing...
And Malia, they've got their little smartphones.
You can see right over the presidential...
Taking pictures.
Yeah, Vice President Biden is taking a picture.
Oh, a lot of nice
Dr.
little
Biden right now is very cute, actually.
You see Sasha taking a picture of Mom and Dad. Nice. Very nice.
Do it again, Dad.
She's saying, Dad, kiss her, kiss her.
Remember?
There's the picture.
That they said at the basketball game.
That was at the USA-Brazil basketball game when the kiss camera came on.
Exactly.
They didn't kiss, but Malia made sure they did at some point. But
it's funny because it's one of those we're all alike moments.
Yes.
Because it's exactly what any family would be doing at the plane, at a parade.
Jim Acosta's now joined us here on our little reviewing stand as we're sitting across from them. Jim, what was it like out there? You went the whole way from Capitol Hill on that that sort of flat truck,
right.
Watching what was going on.
In all due respect to all of my CNN colleagues who have worked a lot of hours out here and been in some pretty neat positions in terms of watching all of this history unfold, I sort of feel like I was in a great position there on Pennsylvania Avenue. I hate to brag, but might have been the best view in town.
By the way, that's General Raymond Odierno, the chief of the Army Chief of Staff, who's there meeting with the president and the vice president. But go ahead.
But the point, I guess that I was sort of getting at there, Wolf, is that when you watch the president and the first lady make their way down Pennsylvania Avenue, it is just impossible not to feel amazing about this country. It is just one of those things that you just feel like you're never going to see again in your lifetime. And we got to see it right there in front of us. So it was something to behold.
And there's the U.S. Army field band moving along. They're going to get closer and closer towards the reviewing stand. And they're at some point, you know what I'd like to do is just listen to this little bit of the music. Let's listen a little bit right now.
The United States Army Field Band, known as the musical ambassadors of the Army. The band was founded in 1946 with a mission to take the story of the Army and its soldiers to the grassroots of America. Each year, these musicians will travel 40,000 miles around our nation and perform more than 500 concerts for millions West Point, the United States Military Academy. Upon graduation, they will serve as second lieutenants in the United States Army. West Point graduates are leading American soldiers worldwide engaging in contingency operations. Now approaching is 1st Battalion 319th Airborne 3rd Artillery Regiment, part of 3rd Brigade Combat Team 82nd Airborne Division, the All-American Division. Leading the formation is Battalion Commander Lieutenant Colonel Shane Morgan, Elliott, Maine. Behind him are battalion staff and paratroopers from the American Guard Battalion. The Company E of the Old Guard as the Honor Guard Company in 1951. Along with the American flag, the color guard carries the flag of the United States Army. Established in 1902, the District of Columbia National Guard has served the citizens of Washington for over 200 years. D.C. National Guard has been preservation of inauguration since Abraham Lincoln's and has been called upon since the War of 1812 to support America's goals. D.C. National Guard soldiers and airmen are always ready and always there to support the citizens of America. Our next group are the fine young men and women of the United States Army Reserve's 200 MP Command. Marching in today's parade representing 205,000 soldiers who currently serve in the Army Reserve. Upon hearing their nation's call, these warrior citizens have served overseas in contingency operations in Afghanistan, Iraq, and across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, the Principal School proudly represent Honolulu, Hawaii, President Obama's birthplace. President Obama graduated from Puna High School in Hawaii in 1979.
This is the Punahou. I keep mispronouncing it. It's
all right.
Punahou High School Marching Band from Honolulu. The President of the United States graduated from Punahou High School in 1979 at the 2013 Presidential Inaugural Parade. The school is now proudly representing his past and honoring Hawaii's connection to him. This is an exciting moment for this high school and for this marching band, and it's a nice touch, Kate, to see the president's home state so well represented here.
And one of the, as they're playing, I'm not exactly sure which one it is, but one of the melodies will include the fight song as the emblem alma mater. We are listening to this, and you saw him give the little hello to the band.
This is the president's alma mater.
Marching band, of course, also honoring.
By the way, after the Punahou High School Marching Band, we will see the Hawaii home state float.
And what did I tell you? Were we going to see a volcano?
Yeah.
I don't lie to you. There is a volcano.
You see it already?
Well, it's behind us. I'm turning around.
Here it comes. There it is. The Aloha State.
And on the side of that float is a quote from the late Senator Inouye, who recently passed away. I was observing that yesterday when I was looking at these floats on the other side of the Capitol. It is there on the side of the float. I would like to convey to the mainland some small sense of our spirit of aloha.
All right, let's move on from Hawaii. We're going to Iowa. These are the ISISRET's Drill and Drum Corps from Des Moines, Iowa. They came here. We did a piece on this in the Situation Room last week, and they were invited here. They trained at Sidwell Friends. That's where Sasha and Malia, they stayed there. They were allowed to stay there. They came in from Des Moines. Let's just listen in a little bit.